This is the fifth lecture of chapter 1 introduction. So in the last four lectures we studied about quality principles and what is quality definitions and then customer satisfaction. So knowing all this, now we know the definition of TQM, which stands as total, which is made up of the whole, quality, degree of excellence of a product or service provides, the management, act or art, manner of handling, controlling and directing it. So now we are aware that TQM stands for total quality management. Now we can define that total quality management is an enhancement to the traditional way of doing things. So traditionally people are doing the work, only there is a bit enhancement in the running process. TQM is defined as both philosophy and set of guiding principles that represent the foundation of a continuously improving organization. It is applicable. It is application of quantitative methods and human resource to improve all the processes within an organization and customers. Thus, TQM integrates fundamental management technique, existing improvement efforts. So, TQM is nothing but total quality management, which focuses on continuous improvement of an organization, and application of fundamental management techniques to the process. So, where is the need for TQM? TQM is needed for development of the best world-class organization. If you want your organization to be the best world-class, and if you want to carve a niche, then you need to follow TQM principles. TQM is also need for reduce cost continuously, because if you reduce the chances of rejection and deviation in your industry, and if you can manage to produce zero defect, then you will reduce definitely cost of manufacturing, which ultimately affect on the cost of your final product. And if you can give quality at lesser price to than the other competitors, then definitely people will purchase your product. Then improve quality continuously, then to development of problem solving skills. To build a happy bright place, you need to follow TQM. What are the basic pillars of TQM? Product, process, system, people, and leadership. These are the five basic pillars of TQM. What are the basic approaches to TQM? The basic approaches are a committed and involved management to provide long-term, top-to-bottom organizational support. So, if you want to follow total quality management in your industry, then you need to have committed and involved management, and that too they will provide long term top to bottom organizational support to everyone, and unwavering focus on the customer both internally and externally. So management is focusing on both the customers, like internal customers which are employees, and external customers who are purchasing a product. Effective involvement and utilization of the entire workforce, whoever is working in your industry, who are the employees of your industry, there should be a effective involvement of all these people, and there should be a teamwork uh, in the premises. Then only you can achieve your goal. Continuous improvement of the business and production process. These are the basic approaches to TQM. Treating suppliers and vendors as partners. This is most important, because whoever is supplying you raw material, whoever is supplying you some other intermediate products, you should treat them as your partners, and there should be ethical practice between both of you, and then only a company will do well in the market. Establishing the performance measures. The next is scope of TQM. TQM is the foundation for activities which includes commitment by senior management and all employees, already seen in the last slide. So senior management should be very committed, and they should be cooperative with the employees. Meeting customer requirement, whatever the customers demands are there, customer requirements are there, we should meet priority basis. We should meet the customer requirement. Reducing development cycle time, then just in time and flow manufacturing, improvement teams, then reducing product and service cost. So when we can reduce product and service cost, when there is less deviation and less rejection in your system to facilitate improvement. There should be a continuous improvement, as already seen. Employee involvement and empowerment, teamwork, as I already explained you. Okay, there should be teamwork in the industry, recognition and celebration, challenging quantified goals and benchmarking, focus on processes, improvement plans. This shows that TQM must be practiced in all activities. So, total quality management. So, totally it should be followed in every department in an organization, and that too it should be followed by all the persons working in that organization. And let it be manufacturing, let it be marketing, let it be engineering, R&D, sales, purchasing, HR, whichever department the people are working, they should follow TQM. Principles of TQM. We know that TQM is enhancement of the traditional way of doing business, is based on some set of principles that are 6 by number. Number 1, principles of TQM. Number 1 is quality oriented management, focus on customer, involving entire workforce, continuous improvement, supplier partnership, measuring performance. These are the 6 basic principles of TQM. So, oriented management. We have already discussed in last few slides about the management, how they should be, and how they should cooperate, and from top to bottom employees, and how they should frame their mission, vision, and how it should be published to all the employees, and then they should lead as a role model for their employees. Focus on customer satisfaction, customer retention, then customer, they purchase as per their likings, and if they are satisfied they'll come back again and again, purchase the product. So focus on customer also is very important. Then involving entire flow, as already discussed in the last few slides. Okay, teamwork is required for any industry, for any organization, and there should be proper communication between the employees, and employee should be satisfied so that he can work to his best. So these are the some points which we can write in involving entire workforce. Then basic requirement for empowerment, this is already discussed. Continuous improvement, so there should be a continuous improvement for like employees there. So uh, training should be instituted to the employees, and then satisfaction level of the employee should be very high. And employee, if technically also they should be very sound. If some new philosophy has come in the market, then management should promote them for higher training centers, and take the training and apply it in the industry. And this way we can improve the performance of our employees. Supplier partnership. So as already said in the last slide, we should treat our suppliers and vendors as our partners, and both of them, they should work very ethically with each other, so that the all transactions should be in uh, best favor, in the best favor of end user. Measuring performance. Last is measuring performance. What are the obstacles of TQM? If the management commitment is not proper, if the lack of management commitment, then there is a problem for TQM. Inability to change organizational culture. If the organizational culture is not good, and if we cannot change the culture of organization, then there is a problem of application of or implementation of TQM in that industry. If improper planning is there, if proper planning is not there, then that will also create problem to application of TQM in the industry. Lack of continuous training and education, this is also a problem for implementation of TQM. Incompatible organizational structure, ineffective measurement technique, and lack of access to data and results. Paying inadequate attention to internal and external customers. If any of these things, these are all the obstacles for implementation of TQM. If any of these things is there, then TQM cannot be followed in that organization in the way it is desired. Inadequate use of empowerment and teamwork, failure to continually improve. Here we end the lecture.